This video has been sponsored by myself. Windows 10 and 11 retail keys are still $12.50 only. And I would like to thank everyone who has subscribed to me in the last couple of weeks. It helped me out a lot, so if you like the content and you're still not subscribed, please consider to do so. Hello and welcome to part 3 of this Fallout 4 2022 Ultimate Graphics tutorial. In this part we are going to install Emb and big overhauls like big texture overhauls, and also just like Emb Reshade and the specific presets that we're going to use in this tutorial. So first of all, what you want to do is, in the last part 2, we did assign some of the hotkeys in Fallout 4 itself. So we assigned the hotkey for Bug Await Anywhere and for Immersive HUD iHUD. And you see this now, this exclamation mark. Once you click on that, you will see there are files in your overwrite mod directory. That means that if you check this here, overwrite, it's turning red. If you double click on it, you see there are files in here. And at this moment, mod organizer is not not doing anything with it. So what we want to do is, first of all, check it out. And as you can see, it has something to do with the keybinds we did apply. So the easiest way to fix this is to right click on this, create a mod, and just name it something like keybinds. And then press OK. And activate it. And now these keybinds should have been activated in our game and not and not floating around here in the override section. So once we've done that, I would say let's check out the part 3, what we need to do. So let's check the description. Well, all the basic and boring stuff is out of the way. Yes, we do that. A little bit of an explanation. This is important. Usually when you're watching YouTube comments on Fallout 4 showcases or Skyrim showcases, the biggest criticism of everyone has to do something with the Emb. Emb is a small adjustment which adds multiple new graphical effects and can really change the feel of the game. So some Embs are a little bit dark and realistic, some are a little bit more vibrant and fantasyful. So it's usually difficult to please everyone, and that's why you usually see the biggest criticism is because of the Embs. So what I try to do here is try to find the best looking Emb, in my opinion, but also for you being able to maybe tweak it a little bit to your taste with NACX, because NACX has different filters and has different weather presets and all that kind of stuff. Really can change the feel of the game. So I hope I'm going to please everyone, and if you really want to install a different Emb, now is the time to do that. But like I always say, like I state here, if you want to have the exact same graphics as on the screenshots and videos, then you need to follow this. So first thing we need to install are the Emb binaries. You can open up the link and download the latest version. That's this one, 0.461. Then let's see, download the Reshade. It will get you to the official Reshade page. Just download the executable. Let's see, then we have this mod, NACX Legacy Edition. It's weather mod, but also does a lot more. So it's a very cool mod, has been recently released in 2020. Download the main version. We're not going to use its Emb, just NACX itself. Then we have this Ionic, what is it? Ionic, 2021 Fallout 4 photorealism, Emb and Reshade. Download the, what is it? We just have one main file. Yeah, download the main file as well. And we have this Emb. We're going to actually use the LK Emb and Reshade. It redirects you to this mega link. So I'm not sure if really a lot of people are going to follow this. It could be that the link is down because too much traffic and bandwidth has been used. So if that's the issue, then join our Discord and I will provide you with a mirror. In that case, you can download it directly from our Discord channel, or else wait a little bit until the file becomes available again. The little weird thing is here we're going to use 2 EMB and Reshades. I'm not sure why the LK wants it as a hard requirement, but if you check the README, and we can do that a little bit later, it states that it really wants to have the Ionic EMB and Reshade as a prerequisite. So yeah, it's a little bit confusing, but I would say let's just follow the plan and let's do that. So once you did download all these files, let me minimize my recording software. We can now go open up your Fallout 4 main game folder and open the downloads. So all this stuff. Yeah, okay, so these are mods we're going to install a little bit later. First, the Emb Binaries. Open up the compressed archive in WinRAR or 7-zip and open up the wrapper version folder and copy these 2 files, d3d11.dll and d3d compiler_46e.dll. Drag and drop them to your Fallout 4 main game folder. Once you've done that, you can close this. And then let's continue with Reshade. Right click on Reshade Setup and run it as administrator. And now select this button. Click here to select the game and manage its Reshade installation. So click on that. It will probably not detect Fallout 4. So we need to manually browse to it. So click on the browse button. And let's see, okay, for some reason for me it instantly opens Fallout 4. So make sure you browse to your Fallout 4 Steam directory here and then select Fallout 4, the executable. So not the SKSE, sorry, the Fallout 4 script extender loader, but the actual main game. And now you want to select Direct 3D 10, 11, 12. If I'm not mistaken, I checked this at the Reshade.me page, and it shows that Fallout 4 is using Direct 3D 10. So click on this. And then what you can do is select all effects. I'm not sure if this is needed, but let's just do it anyway. So it will install all these effects, and I think these will be overwritten anyway later on with the LK Reshade ini files, but I'm not super sure how that works in Reshade, but this is fine. Then press OK, and then it's going to install this. Might take or download actually, so this might take a little while. Please wait for it, and then I'll see you guys in a little bit. And eventually you see this. You may now close this setup tool. So we're going to do that. All right. Then once we've done that, we can add NACX just in our mod organizer too. So click on the add button, click on the NACX mod, click manual, press OK. Looks all good. And then activate NACX. All right, awesome. And then we're going to install the real EMB Reshade packs. First, the Ionic 2021. So open it up, download, use the full version, not the performance version, and just drag and drop everything in here. It might overwrite some files, or no, not yet. Okay, and then we have LK Reshade, an EMB preset. So once we open up the README, it says here this as well. Requirement: install latest EMB version, install Reshade. The Ionic EMB apparently is a requirement, so I'm not sure why, but yeah, here is the proof. That's the reason why we're going to install this first. And then what we can do is overwrite these files. So we're going to pretty much select everything except the README and the screenshots. That's not really needed. So you can drag and drop that as well, and this will overwrite a lot from the Ionic EMB. It should ask for it. At least. Let's see. Is it not overwriting anything? That's odd. Okay. Let's try that again just to be sure. So Ionic first. And the Fallout 4 stuff. Overwrite it again. And the Reshade. Okay, Reshade. Let's just select everything except for the screenshots. Okay, yeah, weird. That was not asking the first time. But that's okay. Let's just wait a little bit. I think I might accidentally press enter or something because the Fallout 4 game was trying to launch. But anyway, make sure to drag and drop all the stuff from your Ionic in here and from this folder, and then drop it from the LK Reshade. Everything except the screenshots and the README. That's fine. So it should overwrite some other older files, and then we are done for now with the Emb Reshade stuff, because in game we need to do a couple of things more, but we'll come to that later. So let's see what we need to do now. Texture overhauls. Yeah, we have the biggest mod we're going to install now is this very big Fallout 4 HD overhaul. The thing is, I spent months, to be honest, on various texture packs and individual texture, texture meshes items for floors, roads, buildings. But for me, this mod, Fallout 4 HD overhaul, let's just open them both. So the Visible Galaxy Framework and Fallout HD over. Even while these screenshots do not really do justice, I think, for the final product in game, it covers almost everything. As you can see here, doors, ships, water, ceilings, walls, brick walls, cobblestone. Pretty much everything from Luxor's entire section of 4K mods. So we had made plenty of these mods, which really look awesome in combination with the Emb Reshade we're going to use. So I would say you can install any texture mod you like, but I would like to make it simple. We're only going to use these two mods because this Fallout 4 HD overhaul, and once you go to files, you can see the file sizes of all these different packs, texture packs. This is already 3 to 3 gigs, this is 4 to 5 gigs, and all these texture mods together are somewhat of, let's see, I can actually check that for you. Let's check the properties of this folder. Yeah, 55 gigabytes, so almost 60 gigabytes. So that's quite a lot, and yeah, it takes quite a lot of time as well to download these. So, but I'm afraid it has to be done. So what you want to do first is download and install this mod, Visible Galaxy 4K and Framework, and that is this main file. So you can go to Mod Organizer. Let's add it. And by the way, I did create a new folder in here because all these mods, as you can see here, are quite a lot of them. So yeah, let's first start with the Visible Galaxy Framework. Click Manual, press OK. And what you want to do now is go to the Fallout HD overhaul and download all these main files. And they're quite a lot and also quite large, so take your time. And once you've done that, also make sure to download this mod in the optional, what is it? Optional files, yes, the Galaxy Milky Way 8K Sky Stars 4K. Don't care, the lot textures are not needed because I did generate everything for you guys already. So download all the main files and download this optional file. Once you're done that, and again, this is probably going to take a little while, we need to also add them one by one. And yeah, it's pretty much straightforward. Add a mod. So I'm going to show you only the first couple of mods. It's just manual, press OK. Let's wait because these are large mods. And once that finishes, you can activate the mod, of course. What you want to do is you want to add and activate the mod one at a time, because if you're going to add all of these mods and try to activate them later, for some reason the archives don't really like that once you add them, so you get an error. So long story short, add all the mods and activate them directly once you did add them. So I'm going to show you 2 more, and then you should be able to get the hang of this. So this one, DLC Coast, click Manual, press OK. Okay, why is this saying, oh, I did something wrong. This one, the Nuka World, is then the next in line, yes. You can see even I can make mistakes after 10 years of Skyrim modding, which is pretty much the same with Mod Organizer. But yeah, it's the most important thing is that you tackle them on time. But anyway, let's wait for this one. All right, activate it, and yeah, you just continue from this on this way. So I'm pretty sure you guys are able to do this right. So download all these main files from the Fallout 4 HD overhaul, and also download the optional file I showed you. Add them one by one, activate them, yeah, and then I'll see you guys. Yeah, once you've done that, it's probably going to take a while, but we're going to continue the tutorial once you have finished all of that work. All right, once you finally finish with all the texture downloads and installation, you should have something like this in this order. And then we can continue with another big overhaul, and that is in the landscape, because as you know, the Fallout 4 default landscape is not that vivid, not that lush as it is in Skyrim, an example. So for that, this is, except for the EMBs, probably also the biggest subjective thing you can have, and that is the landscape, because I know there are a lot of people who prefer the vanilla landscape over any green or forest-ish environment in Fallout 4. So that's why I did want to provide options for this and not just force my choice in your face. So we have the following 4 options. I see I have made a typo here. This needs to be a 4. I will fix this. So option 1 is no mods, and that is in a way that the Fallout 4 HD overhaul did already retexture most of the landscape stuff, the rocks and trees that are plants in which are in Fallout 4. And for that you can ignore this option completely if you want to have the vanilla landscape, because I have to be honest, if you're going to install a forest or this mod from Luxor Summer, it definitely changes the game in a way that the more empty landscape is really more vivid. And I can understand that it might not be your thing. If you really like the original landscape of Fallout 4, then I can understand you don't want to install a landscape mod. So the only thing, if you choose for that, I have to say the LODs, so the stuff for the distant landscape and objects at the end of this tutorial, will not match with your choice, because the LODs which I did create for this tutorial are based on option 2, and that is my pick. That is a forest and grasslands. And why? Because I really like a big dense forest in the game, and also because I think after 200 years a lot of nature has taken over again from the world. So I also think lore-wise it's more likely that there is finally some green life after 200 years than just nothing at all. I mean, sure, radiation will prevent maybe the growth of plants for 30, 40 years, 50 years, I don't know. But I can't imagine it for 200 years. So for that, I would say this combination is the best and also looks the best in game, in my opinion. It makes the game a lot more interesting, and yeah, you have really nice forests. So this is my choice, and if you would like to install that, then first what you want to do is download this mod forest. So download the main file. And then we also have grasslands, which really has some cool grass. And I am going to install this on top of a forest, because I want this grass to be dominant grass over the grass from a forest. So, as I said, download a forest mod first, and then you want to download grasslands. It seems I did download 2 versions, not sure why, but this is the one I think I'm using, the grasslands pre-release one. So yeah, again, that's up to you. We have also some other options I did provide, and that is this one, Boston Natural Surroundings, which is a light overall of the landscape, if I'm not mistaken. If you look at these screenshots, it's a little bit not as foresty as the other mods. And if you want to go real lushy and summerish, then you can do that as well with this mod from Luxor. It's not a bad mod, it's actually quite a good mod, because it's the same guy who brought us the Fallout 4 HD overhaul. So, but this is really green, and this might be considered as a little bit lore unfriendly. So again, options, it's up to you. I am going with a forest and grasslands. So I'm going to add these mods, and that is where is it? Why did I see it? Oh, because it's in here. So a forest first, click manual, press OK, and let's wait for it to install because it's quite a large mod. And then let's activate a forest, and then also grasslands. Click manual, press OK. Cool, and that's it. So let's see, was this everything for this part before we're going to jump in game? Yeah, okay, so we're going to jump in game a little bit to do the following. I would like to point out this. The first time you're going to start Fallout 4 with Emb and Reshade, it can take up to a minute or something, and before you will until you're going to see the game main menu, because you will have a black screen and it could have a duration of a minute. So please don't think that your game is crashing or it's not working. Please be patient if you see a black screen. That's pretty important. Once we're in game, what we want to do then is go to the Reshade menu, press the home key, and add this LK Reshade preset. And then we need to activate a built-in patch for EMB with the NACX menu. But we're going to do that in game. So what you want to do is go to your mod organizer and let's run the game with Fallout 4 script extender. So do that now, and then I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, so welcome in game. Let's start up our game. You should see this menu here in the top, Reshade, and we're going to jump into that menu a little bit from now. And also EMB should also be visible, and we're going to check that in a little bit. So let's first start our game. I would like to point out that for now the your graphics are almost 95% where they should be. So let's see. We have okay, so first let's see. It's a little bit dark weather, so we need to change that. First, let's press the home button and you will get to the Reshade menu. So you can skip the tutorial, and now here at the top at the Reshade preset, you want to select the LK Reshade preset. So select that, and now your game should change significantly. Cool, and then we've done this for the Reshade. So press home again to get out of here. And let's see, if you press Shift plus Enter, you should see this Emb menu. That means that the Emb binaries have been successfully installed. So let's see what we need to do now is go to your inventory and go to apparel, and you see this in the NACX settings menu. What you want to do is you want to press Q to favorite this item and set it somewhere. I would say set it on 6, or at least a hotkey which you can miss later. Then activate that hotkey, and now you're here in the Natural and Atmospheric Commonwealth menu, which is a really cool menu where you can do a lot. And you want to first activate the Enable NAC patch for EMB. So click on that, and it's loading in new settings. And now the game's blur, shader, and NAC camera effects are disabled. So this looks a lot more crisp and clear. So let's see, let's just equip a weapon or something. As you can see here, it looks very nice. The forest looks good. The game looks very crisp now with the EMB patch. And what you can do now, because we are very far when it comes to graphics, check performance a little bit. As you can see, for me, it runs perfectly fine. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So what you can do as well with this menu is, an example, when you choose NACFX, you will have these presets, which you can choose if you like. But I'm fine with them. And an example, you can also, let's see, go back. Have some visual settings. You can change the FOV here. It should be able to change the FOV. You should already have it on 90 with the Bethany. But an example, if you want to test it out quickly, like FOV 100, so you can change with that as well. But yeah, I would leave it as it is. What's more important, what I usually do is NAC weathers. To test out the graphics, you can select the manage weathers. An example, pleasant weather, select clear, load selected weather, and you have instantaneously the more clear weather. And that really makes a difference in the game, as you can see. So it's nice to test out these weather effects. So again, if you go to NAC weathers, select the manage weathers. An example, you want to have an overcast, a sunny overcast, load select weather. This, as you can see, really gives a very different feel to the game. It almost makes it look like Stalker or something. It's a really yeah, different look and feel. So if you really like only one weather set, you can also go to weathers and check climates and seasons. An example, you have these seasons which allows you with higher chances of specific weather. And if that's not enough for you, you can also go to a weather type and ban all these weathers, an example. So if you don't like rain, fog, or snow, or red storms, you can go there and you can ban all these red storm weathers. So that's a super cool way of tweaking with weather and graphic settings. So that's something to play around with, which is really nice. That is the NACX Negafix menu. So, like I said before, if you don't like the EMB, you can mess around with the presets and effects to have a little bit of a idea, yeah, what you can expect and how to play with it. Also, while I was thinking, a quicker way of resetting your field of view, so your FOV, is by going to your console commands. And let me go to a little bit darker area, so you can see it here in the upper left corner. And type in FOV. An example, if you want to set it to 75, which is the default, if I'm not mistaken, it will change it immediately. So if you want to test out multiple FOVs, you can do that with the console command a lot easier. So 100 is, I think, the maximum you should put it, but FOV 100 is not bad if you have just a good PC. And because if you increase the FOV, your PC needs to render more of the thing. That's the reason why consoles usually don't have an FOV slider, because they're not able to handle that. Maybe nowadays with the Series X and the PlayStation 5 it's better, but hey, we're on PC, so as you can see the game runs here perfectly fine for me with an RTX 3080, of course, and I don't need to downgrade my settings from Bethany to high settings. It all looks perfectly fine. So here also, as you can see, I really like the forest, so let me change the weather to pleasant, half clear weather. It's just for me, it adds really a lot to the immersion of the game, and I really, really like it. So, yeah, like I said before, we now have 95% of all our graphics, all the 4K textures, everything should look pretty cool. There is a bug in Fallout 4 which sometimes loads the low resolution texture first, or at least it does that always, but it's having a hard time to switch to high resolution textures. Bethany should have fixed that as well. So that's really nice, I think. And like I said before, here in the Red Rocket, all these workshops are here, and the weapon workshop, an example, is also here. So it's a pretty nice area to stay here. And yeah, I would say that's it for part 3. And but only 2 parts left. And I think part 4 is the last big one, because part 5 is just some post checks and the lot installation. We only have one bigger part left. So hope you guys like this part, and hope to see you at the next part.